Hey guys, quick vlog. I got a message on my Brian S. Red Facebook page from a user who said that LED technology should be doing something other than putting dots on the wall. The dot style fixtures, you guys know what I'm talking about. He said that it shouldn't be that hard to design a fixture that does something other than dots, so why not have like a design contest where people can come up with ideas on how to do it with something other than dots. And I replied to him, like, well, wait a minute, there are tons of fixtures out there, LED fixtures that do lots of things that don't put dots on the wall. They are moving heads, they are uplights, they are gobo projectors, water effects, all kinds of neat stuff. But I thought to myself, you know, maybe people don't understand this, or maybe they associate LED with dots on the wall. So I put up a question on my regular Facebook page saying, let's see, DJs, name an LED fixture that doesn't just project dots on the wall. And I'm going to refresh this because it keeps growing. I put this post up 28 minutes ago. There are 28 different comments of people telling me what other fixtures are other than the ones that put dots on the wall. But maybe this particular user's perception is, hey, LED fixtures do dots, that's all they do. Not true. And a lot of people don't like the dots, so there's a lot of dot hate in that post as well, and I understand that. But there are a few things that I wanted to point out to you guys about these styles of fixtures. First of all, as I've already stated, there are tons of alternatives to the dots that are still LED. LED is a great idea for a lot of reasons, and I'll go through them for you real quick just in case you don't know. Back in the old days when we used halogen, we were limited on how many fixtures we could use because we only had so many amps to pull out of a wall socket at any given venue. A 250 watt halogen was pretty bright. You couldn't run too many of those in series or you would blow a breaker. Not a problem now. LED uses virtually no power compared to that. I mean, when you're talking about a 3 watt LED, which is very bright, it uses 3 watts. It's nothing. That's less than the light bulb you're probably using in the lamp that you have on your desk right now. It's absolutely nothing. You could power, and I would say probably, I don't know, 12, 15 different 3 watt diodes with what you're using on your regular just screw-in light bulb. So it's a good idea. It doesn't produce heat, so there's no danger of fire or things like that. You can uplight curtains and things that you maybe weren't able to do safely before. If you didn't catch a fire, maybe you would scorch them. Maybe a child would touch a light on the ground and get burnt. Not a problem anymore. This stuff produces virtually no heat. So, and you don't have to replace the diodes. Like bulbs, you'd have to replace them all the time. Don't got to do that with LED. Also, there were duty cycles in the old halogen fixtures where you'd have to run them for 10 minutes, turn them off for 10 minutes just to keep them cool, because if you left them on all night, they would just get too hot and pop, and the bulbs were expensive. LED, there's no duty cycle, they just don't get hot. You can run them for 5,000 or 50,000 to 100,000 hours sometimes. It's just good stuff. Now that we've established that, let's talk about why there are dot fixtures. A lot of people are saying, down with the dot fixtures, don't make them anymore. Well, when they first came out with those styles of fixtures, they were pretty cool, and a lot of people liked them. A lot of DJs liked them. They were different, they didn't use a lot of power, and they projected some pretty good images. The one I'm thinking about, one of my first LED effect fixtures, was the Revo 3, and I still love that effect. It's a dot effect, but it looks like fireworks. I think it's cool. We've seen a lot of this over the last 4 years or so. They're always coming out with new stuff, and some of it's more interesting than other stuff. I totally understand that. Some of it I don't get. I don't think it's cool. Some of it I think is actually pretty cool. Now, from a DJ's point of view, when you see this stuff week after week after week, of course you're going to get tired of it. But you got to think about your client. What is your client seeing every week? Nothing. They're not seeing effect lights every week. So when they walk into a wedding once a year, maybe, if that, I mean, maybe they don't even go into weddings that often, they're probably seeing this dot fixture for the first time. They've never seen anything like it, and to them, it's absolutely amazing. I think DJs care more about lighting than the public does. In fact, I know they do. They care a lot more about lighting than the public does. What the public cares about, and I'll clue you on a little secret here, what they want is quality sound that doesn't hurt their ears, and they want good music. That's what they want. And they want a light show. I don't think they care how you produce this light show. I don't think they are getting picky about dot fixtures or whatnot. Just some flashy lights and something that's kind of cool looking. Yes, we like to wow people, but who's to say you're not wowing them anymore with some kind of dot fixture on the ceiling than you are with, let's say, an H2O. I think the H2O is more impressive. I like it, but a lot of people probably don't know the difference. The other thing I wanted to say was, the reason there are still these dot lights out there, the big reason is because they are very affordable. And let's just live up to it. Most of us DJs are broke as hell, okay? It's just not the kind of business you get into if you want to be a multimillionaire. If someone out there is telling you that they are making this lifestyles of the rich and famous income off of being a disc jockey, I would say they're a liar. And I'll put that in writing if I could write. I can't write anymore, but you know what I mean. It's a lot of BS. A lot of these people are saying they're making big bucks. It's BS because they're the same people who sweat something like buying a light for $350. It just doesn't make any sense. But anyway, I regress. The reason these dot fixtures are out there is because they're inexpensive to make, and there's still a demand for them because a lot of DJs haven't even gone into that whole realm yet. I know a guy here in town who I've recently got to know better than I knew him before, and he was still using all halogen stuff. I mean, he hadn't gotten anything that was LED yet. We've been into this for, like I said, what, probably a solid 5 years, and it's gotten pretty inexpensive, but a lot of people aren't updating their light shows all the time. A lot of people are stepping into these fixtures for the first time. They're doing it on a tight budget because they don't make a lot of cash, so these dot fixtures are perfect for them. So instead of storming all the companies who produce lights with torches and pitchforks telling them to stop producing dot fixtures, don't buy them if you don't like them. There are plenty of other options out there for you, tons of other options out there for you, so check those options out. That's just my vlog for the day. We'll try to get a product video up later. Speaking of LED, got some cool new stuff in I want you to check out. Practice and enjoy.